Welcome. Alright, so this is my HTML code for the Bootstrap form. It has all Bootstrap and jQuery information. Before I used to get an error, now like iCloud 9 works fine, so don't have to worry about that. But this is the basic form. My form, the action, make sure post to form.php. The labels for the different things are first name, last name, email, telephone. Scroll down. There's city, there's state, that's a select. I just put random NJ, New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. The other one is zip code, and there's a checkbox to bring terms. Has its own ID, which is going to be useful. Then there's the modal button. I made it a link because like regular buttons in Bootstrap like have the blocks. I mean, I could have deleted it with CSS, but we're not supposed to do that. There's a modal, like tell us to have a basic one. I tried to do the scroll bar. It didn't pan out for me, so I guess I'm not getting extra credit. But here's a close and accept. Both of them dismiss the modal, so that's good. And also the submit button at the end. Now this is my JavaScript. Let's go to the top. One thing to know about this code, the checkbox information had to be put outside of the form function because every time I put it in, like, it wouldn't read it as disabled, which I found strange. So technically, if I were to submit this form, even with the error checking, the checkbox could be left unchecked, which is not good. But let's get to that basic. So this one, make sure like it'll give you an error if it's left unchecked, but it starts it off like it's the attributes disabled, true. When I click the terms accept, which is in the modal, that terms disabled becomes false, and it automatically becomes checked. This is if everything was like perfect. For very first, like these are all the variables, first name like through zip code, like they match the parts of the form. So first name, last name, email, telephone, etc. This error is left blank. The first pattern is for no low space, like so if it's just blank space, like it needs to be correct. The next text pattern is for first, last name, and city because they only use basic text like from A to Z. Email pattern has a very specific, like it can have anything from A to Z, 0 to 9, and a dash and a dot in the beginning. Then it needs at, then it needs the .com area, and then that could be 2 to 4 characters, so it would be .com, .net, .co. Phone pattern has to be 10 numbers, so 3, 4 mandatory, but the dashes are not. For zip code, the first 5 are mandatory. The dash and the additional 4 are optional. So after that, I have the first name, like all the patterns, like first thing for everything, there is a first pattern to check if there's a missing, like if there's blank space. So the first one's like if this is that, enter first name. Else, if it matches the pattern, doesn't match the pattern, the second pattern, you have to enter the correct version. So enter last name, enter correct last name, enter email, valid email, so forth and so forth, except for state because like it just makes sure that you enter state. I tried to put this terms box, but it never got through, so that's a bummer. But for this, like the error message combines all the text, and then it prevents the form from submitting. So let's rerun this. Oh, before I forget, this is the form PHP. It gets everything posted first, last name, email, so phone, zip code, and then it echoes it all out. Let me just delete this. That's supposed to do the beginning. Okay. So now I run it. Click it into another tab. If I press submit, nothing submits. Create terms is disabled. I could auto-complete everything because that's how Firefox works. So let's just do half of it and let's see what it does. Uh-oh, those 3 are incorrect. So for this one I could literally put north because you never know. Let's put PA, zip code, let's do this one. Submit. And it submits it. that was the problem I was having before because it would not go with the terms and agreements. So that's one hiccup I have yet to solve. But if I do this, it automatically checks it. Put a dash right here. Error message. Boom. Put a number here. Boom. There's a number. They're incorrect. Boom. Incorrect. And let's just put .NET4. Incorrect. Incorrect phone number. And incorrect. Save. So let's just Control Z that, Control Z, Control Z. Submit, and voila, Dimitri, and my email, phone number, city, state, and zip code, and that's my code.